Hi, I'm Novus Galaris and I'm like the antichrist of Femboy Vtubers, because even though I am both a femboy and a Vtuber, I will always deny that I am either of these things so I can confuse straight men who hate anime. And as a straight man myself, I am constantly confused, so I became an anime girl on the internet so I can inform you about the problem with Femboy Vtubers. Because every time I find myself in a Femboy Vtuber stream, I realize the whole femboy thing isn't just a pipeline. It's a goddamn gun barrel ready to blast anyone with a computer science degree and enough money to buy an Amazon skater skirt and those thigh highs with the stripes on them. And before you say it, no, I'm not a Femboy Vtuber. I portray literally zero signs of femboyism. And don't bring up the fact that I use a female model or femboy tags on Twitch or my Twitter bio, or the fact that I own a skirt or thigh highs or crop tops or cat ears or fishnets or nail polish, or the fact that I dress up as a goth girl at every anime convention I go to. All of that doesn't count, and even if it did, this video isn't about me. In a recent video I carefully and deliberately analyzed and dissected the problem with male Vtubers, and even though I performed about 7 minutes of straight yapping, the whole thing essentially boiled down to a demographic issue, which means that video contains almost as much filler as the average episode of One Piece. When you compare viewer demographics between male and female Vtubers, you'll realize that the difference between them puts femboy Vtubers in an interesting position. Not like that. Anyway, let me visualize this whole thing using a Venn diagram. I'm going to break down the viewership into 3 circles and have them each be represented by a Vtuber. In the male viewership circle we have Shy Lily. In the female viewership circle we have Shoto, and the non-binary circle splits itself somewhere down the middle, so you don't have your own representative. Sorry. Now in the center we have everyone's favorite bisexual wet doll with a male voice or whatever, Porcelain Maid, who has mentioned in the past that he has a viewer split of about 1/3 of each gender demographic,
gay sex,
making him act as a nexus being for our Venn diagram. Now this is where it gets interesting, because even though femboy Vtubers technically are male Vtubers, they also have a predominantly male audience. But why is that? Well, unfortunately for me, there are more men than women who are into femboys, and unfortunately for femboy Vtubers, that's a fairly small demographic of people to begin with. This doesn't make any sense though, because the ideal partner for any gender is objectively speaking a femboy. So why wouldn't there be more people simping for them? Let me explain. As we all know, everyone looks better in a skirt and thigh highs. This goes for women, men, and Finster. But here's the thing, if you ever find yourself in a zombie apocalypse and you can only have one person by your side, the last thing you want is a woman, because women are obviously weak compared to men. So the obvious answer is to have a femboy by your side. You get all of the benefits of a man, but all of the femininity of a woman. It's a win-win situation. But if they're obviously superior, why aren't people drawn to femboy Vtubers the same way that Minecraft YouTubers are to children? Now this is where my theory comes in. I call it Nova's Vtuber uncertainty principle. Have you ever heard someone say, "Oh, this female Vtuber is probably not even a real woman. Probably just an old fat man with a voice changer." What the fuck was that voice? Well, this is one of the dumbest things I hear on a semi-regular basis. I'm gonna be a complete hypocrite for a moment and apply this logic to femboy Vtubers. By definition, to be a femboy, the only prerequisite that you need to have is to be a boy, or a man if you don't want people like Drake in your DMs.
Certified pedophiles.
But with this criteria, it is extremely easy for anyone to claim the femboy label and put it in their Twitch tags. And here comes the problem. Oftentimes there's no way of knowing if the person behind the Vtuber model is a cute twink in a skirt and thigh highs who enjoys being pegged while insisting he's not a bottom, or if it's a 52-year-old 7'1" big buff black guy named Shaquille O'Neal who makes thigh highs look like normal socks. And I'm not saying that tall buff guys can't be femboys. Hypothetically, if I were a femboy, I'd fall under that same category. What I'm trying to say is that if someone calls themselves a femboy but hides behind a Vtuber model, how can you be sure that they're really about that life? How can you be certain that it's not just some old geezer with an erectile dysfunction, or even worse, a woman with a voice changer? But if a simple "trust me bro" isn't enough for you to believe that your favorite Vtuber is an actual femboy, the only other option you have is to hack into city records and steal their birth certificate to— oh, wait, no, sorry, that was the script for my identity theft tutorial video I'm working on. What I meant to say was, the only other option is to scour that person's Twitter to see if they ever did an IRL reveal, which shouldn't be that difficult considering that most femboy Vtubers are attention whores anyway. Even someone like ADC, who doesn't normally show their IRL body, can't refrain from showing off their ass sets at least once if you search through their Twitter for long enough. By the way, I was made aware of the existence of this photo on stream and I was stun locked for like a solid 10 minutes. Sorry, I'm still fucking captivated by, you know, what the— I mean, like, how could you not, like, look at, how can you, like, bro, can you, like, just imagine, like, your face under, like, you know what I'm saying? How does it look like that? But my favorite example of this is Joey Wanko. I hope I said that right. I've been following his cosplay account for quite some time on Instagram until one day I came across his VTubing content on YouTube. When I went to his YouTube bio and clicked on his Instagram link, I was surprised to find out that he was the cosplayer I've been following all this time. I was even more surprised to find out that cosplayer I've been following all this time was not only a VTuber, but also not a woman. After scrolling through his Instagram page for a while, I decided to go to my bio and change my pronouns, because even though I go by he, him, I realized I will never be him. However, what most femboys do to prove their femboyinimity, yes that's a word, don't fact check it, just believe me, is obviously the thigh camera, commonly featuring thigh highs and either shorts or a skirt. While this obviously isn't a refutable proof of femboyism, it's usually good enough to keep a down bad chat entertained, and is also an extremely powerful move for the YouTube algorithm. If you go to any Femboy VTuber's most popular clips, it will usually be something along the lines of something thighs or moaning. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? But while the thigh cam is an easy way of getting views, it's also very unoriginal, which is why I would never do it. But you know, 20 bucks is 20 bucks and there's a donation link in my Twitch bio if you know what I'm saying. But because the thigh cam meta gets overused more than the average Amaranth viewer's flashlight, you have creators like Benji who are innovating on the meta by using a lower body camera whilst doing his 3D tracking streams. Now all that's missing is for him to green screen his outfit and stream Fortnite on it, and this guy will be unstoppable in the Twitch meta. But as always, you gotta make sure that your innovations don't get too powerful. Otherwise you might risk getting bonked with the ban hammer and getting sentenced to horny jail, like was the case with Line Chu. Line, who is famously known for moaning and being a bottom, also had an ASMR channel with over 130k subscribers, which was where he created and uploaded his magnum opus known as Femboy Tax Evasion ASMR. YouTube soon realized that Line's Femboy ASMR was becoming too powerful, so they had to change the TOS and start deleting old videos on his channel. But standing at a full 5 feet and 5 inches, well, he's so small. Line Chu stood in the face of adversity against YouTube and worked around the new TOS for his ASMR videos. But YouTube didn't like that, so they deleted his whole channel, leaving us with nothing but the echoes of Femboy Tax Evasion ASMR. This was a very sad day for anyone who had ears. But here's by far the biggest problem with Femboy VTubers. They're all fucking bottoms. Look, I don't know if I've been looking in the wrong places, but I've searched every corner of the internet, past, present and future, with the fucking Wayback Machine just to find a goddamn Femboy VTuber who isn't a bottom. I've been shouting off mountain bottoms to find one, because clearly none of them are on top. Now I'm not saying that I want to be topped by a femboy. In fact, I'm basically Mount Everest, because I cannot be topped. Okay, bad analogy, but you get the point. I'm just saying that there seems to be a gap in the market, and I wouldn't mind if someone filled it. You know what, maybe I'll become the Thanos of Femboy VTubers and do it myself. But if you are aware of any Femboy VTubers who are tops, let me know in the comments down below, so I can find him and we can fight it out in my king-sized bed, I mean in Minecraft. And if you didn't hate this video, please consider hitting the like button and following me on Twitch. I usually stream on weekdays around 9 PM CET. Okay, bye!